Hello everyone and welcome back to CBSE Tech Talks. Today we are covering one of the most important topic from CBSE class 12th computer science, and that is file handling in Python, including text file and binary files. Data stored in file is temporary but helps us save data even after the program. File handling is a mechanism by which we can read data of disk files in Python program or write back data from Python program to these files. So far in our Python programs, the standard input is coming from keyboard and an output is going to monitor. That is, nowhere data is stored permanent and enter data is present as long as program is running. But file handling allows us to store data enter through Python program permanently in a disk file, and later on we can read back the data. Data files, it can store data permanently to a specific application for later use. The data files can be stored in two ways, text file and binary file. Even we can use CSV files, but CSV files will be covered in the next slides. Differentiate between text files and binary files in Python. Now these are the points of differences between both the files. Text file stores data in human readable characters like ASCII or Unicode, while binary files store in raw binary format, that is in the form of zeros and ones. In text file, each element is stored as text character, while in binary file data is stored in the same format as in the memory. In text file, new line character like /n or /r marks the end of a line, or you can say EOL. While in binary file, no new line delimiter or text translation is present. In text files, read and editing using Notepad, VS Code, etc., while binary files cannot be read directly, appears in unreadable form. Text files are slower and takes more space for numeric data, while binary files are faster and more compact storage. Extension used with text files is TXT, CSV or JSON, while with the binary file the extension is .bin, .dat or .pickle. Opening mode, or you can say the mode in which the files can be opened, is same in both the cases. They can be opened in read, write and in append mode. Text files are idle for storing text, letters, words or paragraph, while the binary files are idle for storing objects like list, dictionaries, images and audio. The steps used in file handling is, first of all, we need to open the file. After opening the file, either read or write operation to be done, and then at the end the file need to be closed. Open function creates a file object which serves as a link to a file residing on your computer. If you see here, we have used open command and file name. So this file is the file which is present in the hard disk, and this F, which is the identifier, or you can say file identifier, which will be using which we can use the file which is stored in the hard disk. If just file name is given, then Python search for the file in the current folder. If you are giving simply file name, let's take this example, my file equals to open marks.txt. So in this case, the computer, or you can say Python, is going to look for marks.txt file in the folder where this file is stored. It can be by default, if nothing is mentioned, that will be always in the read mode, or you can even write read or write mode. If you have to open the file from some other directory, we need to put d// everywhere, and then you may open in read mode or write mode. Now if you have seen the slashes, they are doubled. The reason being because slash has special meaning. To support that special meaning, escape sequence for slash is given. So as slash is already having some meaning in the Python, so to put slash in the path we need to give double slashes. However, if you want to write the single slash, you may write using a raw string as R. So you need to give R before that. It is telling that it is a raw string. So now slash n is not having any meaning to it. It is slash means the path only. So you may use this way, or if you are not using raw, that is you are not using R, then you have to use double slashes in the complete path. The prefix R is front of string makes it a raw string. That means there is no special meaning attached to any character. Now if you see here, this is the file. In this case we have used slash t. So slash t is used basically for the tab command. So this statement may give you an error message. So for such cases either you should use double slash or you may go with the raw strings. These are the file modes when we talk about text file and binary file. In binary, after the read or write B is used, that indicates that it is used in the binary mode. Now when we talk about R or RB, means you are reading the file only in the read mode. File must present already, otherwise Python will raise an input-output error. When we talk about W or WB, it is for the write only. If file does not exist, file is created. If file exists, Python will truncate existing data and overwrite in the file. So this mode must be used with cautions. When we talk about A or AB, now this is for writing only. If file exists, the data in the file is retained and new data being written will be appended to the end. If file does not exist, Python will create a new one. So only in the read you are going to get error. For writing as well as appending, if file does not exist, it will open the new file. Same goes with the, if you will say R plus, this is read and write, and RB plus or R plus B, this is first it is going to read and then it can even do the write. So if file does not exist, it is going to give an error message. While for W plus or WB plus or W plus B, it is for write and then read. It means if file do exist, it will truncate the previous content and add up the data at the beginning. And if file does not exist, it is going to create the new file. A plus is append and using read write, and AB plus or A plus B is again append. The next, after file mode, the next thing is that we have to close the file. An open file is closed by calling the function close, or you can say method close. Closing of file is important. In Python, files are automatically closed at the end of the program, but it is a good practice to get into the habit of closing your file explicitly. Since objects have been structured and the operating system may write the data out to the file until it is closed. That is, if the program exists or you can say terminates unacceptably, there may be a danger that your previous data may not have been written to the file. So a close function breaks the link of the file object and the file on the disk. After close, no task can be performed on that file through the file object, or you can say file handler. Syntax is the name of file handler dot close. Read, if you are using simple read, it will read the complete file, but if you are specifying a number, it is going to read that much number of bytes from the file. If the second read variation is read line, it is going to read a line at a time. If you are writing read line n, it is going to read most of n bits. So it is not going to read all the lines, but it is going to read n bytes from the line. And the last variation is that reading lines. It is going to read the complete file and returns in the form of list. Next one is writing to the text file. The command uses write, or you can say write lines. If you are using, this is file handler dot write and the text which you want to write in the file. Write string text to the file reference by F. So it is going to write in the physical file, but at the present in the coding we have referred that file using a, you can say, file handle F. F dot write lines list. Write all strings in a list as lines to file reference by F. So it is going to write all the lines. These are the examples. So in this case, I have used the handler, file handler as F. Open function is used and we are opening the file data.txt and in the read mode. Print f.read and f close. Let me open Python and show you the working of this coding. Okay, so click on file so that you can get new file. New file is opened and I will be copying the content which is written here as it is in the script mode. So I am pasting here. After pasting, you have to run the file. Click on run. Once you will click on run, you will get run module, or you may press F5. Then it will ask for saving the file. Without saving, it will not execute. So you have to click on OK. When you will click on OK, it is going to look for the path where you want to store. So my files are in D drive. So I click on D drive, and in the D drive, I have CBSE TeckTalks as a folder. And under that I have folder as Python programs. So I'm going to save this file as, you can say, text file 1, and let's click on. Now it has given an error message. What it is giving you? File not found error. So I told you, if you are using write command, then the file should do exist, otherwise you can't read from the file. Let's go to the main. Okay, the next file example is writing. So in this case, first we will write and then we can read. Let me try this coding for you. I'm copying this complete code and I'm opening the same file where we can go with. Let me close. There are some extra files opened that it have text file only. Okay, now what I will do, I will copy the previous coding, write first and then we can read. So if you have to read the file, first the file should be already existing in the system. Now the name of file which I'm going to read is out. So even I have to read the out file only, then only I can read the values, otherwise it is going to give an error message. So I'm running this file again for you. Click on run module and then click on OK. So now in this type we have got hello. Now even the file is existing. So now where it is file is existing, where the location where I have saved this file. Let me open that folder for you. I have to open D drive. In the D drive I have to open, let me decrease the size of this so that I can show you where it is existing. Okay, so this is in Python and then we have used out. Let me search for out. This is the file. Let me click on it. We have written hello in the file and it is showing hello. I can write some more. Hello Python. I am enjoying file handling. Okay, suppose this is the complete content, and then of course you have to save the file. Save as it is with the name. Let me again run the file. So you have come to know where the file is going to store. It is going to store in the folder where we have the coding saved or the program saved. Let me run once again. This is the coding. I'm clicking again on run module. Now hello. Now why it is giving you only hello? Because we have used only read. If I write, okay, let me continue with the next explanation and then I will be going to come to you. So after this, if I have read, then write. Okay, we have three things with the read. One is read, one is read line, and one is read lines. So this example we have done. So I'm writing read lines. So how to go with? Let me make it lines. Okay, so I will be using read lines. Okay, and then let's run it. It is giving you hello. So print lines, we have read the complete and we are writing. Okay, let me use the break here. Set break. Let me run once again for you. Have we used the same file name in the coding? If we go with, we have used out text and we have used out text. We are reading this file and we are displaying. Now we have opened this file. If I open this simply once again and if I write in the new file, if I run here and I want to save the file as text file 2, I'm getting hello as a word. So for this we have to use the loops, or you can say we have opened in the read mode and then we are using lines, or you can say if I write here 2 12 run, hello, it is coming. So after this, after reading, we have read, we have even written the file. Now f object flash is one thing. This is used to clear the buffer and write the content in the buffer of the file. So as we were not getting properly, let us use f flash here. So we are open the file and this is still having hello only. Let me open file once again. Let us see out file. It is having hello only. So hello Python, and save the file as save as and out only. Save. Yes. Let me try once now. Let's run it again. Okay, let me write here only. It is not taken from there. Python. Run it. Hello Python, it has come. So using flash we can do what? If some content is there in the buffer and that is not written, so we can use the buffer program and we can forcefully write to the file which is required. Now there are some times when there are spaces or we want to remove a particular word or alphabet from the file. So removing white spaces after reading from file. First one is strip, which is going to remove the characters from both the sides of file. R strip is going to remove the characters from the trailing, or you can say from the right side, from the end. And L strip is removes the characters from the leading end, means from the beginning. So these are three things which can be used to remove the spaces. Now when we come to the binary file, sometimes you may need to write and read more simple objects like dictionaries, tuples, list or nested list. So further on that file. Since objects have some structure or hierarchy associated with it, it is important that they are stored in the way so that this structure is maintained. For this purpose, objects are often serialized and then stored in binary file. Serialization, or you can say pickling, process of converting Python into object hierarchy into a byte stream so that it can be written into a file. Pickling converts an object to byte stream in such a way that it can be reconstructed in original form when unpickling or deserialized is taken place. Unpickling is the inverse of pickling, where a byte stream is converted into an object hierarchy. Python provides the pickle model to achieve this. With the pickle, first we have to use, or you can say import the model pickle, and then we may go with dump or load. So when we use dump, it is going to write in the binary file, and load function you use to read the values from the binary file. Now the process of binary file is slightly different from the text file. So in this case, first of all, we have to import the module, that is pickle. Open the binary file in the required file mode. Process binary file by writing or reading objects using the pickle mode method, that is either dump or load. Once done, close the file. So this is an example: import pickle, open EMP for writing mode, and let's see what happens with it. In the coding, we are going to write this coding. New file. Okay, so run it. This is binary file. As nothing has been written, it is opening the file in the write mode, but we are list F, so there is no list given. And so for this, if you want list to be entered, so we have to write list equals to, you can say, we can write 1 comma computer science comma IP. Let's take this is only the list. Let's run it once again. Run. So it is dumping in the file, so nothing has been done. If I open this file, that is emp.dat, I will show you how it will look. This is file. Let me open in Notepad, suppose. So this is the thing which is displayed or stored in the file which we can't read. So that's what I was telling you, that it is going to store in the system readable form but not the user readable form. Next is, after pickling, we can load the file. Okay, let's load the file. I will be writing this coding again. After writing, we have used, let me open that file. These are some extra files open, so they are okay. So after this, let me enter twice or thrice, enter, set breakpoint, and after breakpoint I am copying this file. So this is, you can say, writing, and then we are again writing in the file. We are dumping. Okay, so we have dumped, we need to load the file. Let's see what will happen if we will load the file. Now the values which I have given, let me decrease the size. So I had entered the list values are 1, computer science and IP. So we have got these values. So in this, the first coding, we have stored the value using, we have imported the pickle, we have used a list, then we have opened the file in binary mode, we have dumped the list, and in where we have dumped the list in F. F is what? File handler, which is handling the file emp.dat. After dumping, we have loaded the same content, and then we are, after loading that, we are displaying that data. I think hope is clear to you now. Next one is with statement. There is one with statement also, which is used to navigate through all the files. So the syntax for that is with open the physical, or you can say file which is present in the memory, which mode you are using, and which will be file handler. So as F, and then you can read the data, you can store the data. This is for reading the binary file. For binary, we will be using import, I has to be small, import pickle, and then suppose string this m equals to, this is my first program, something is mentioned there, and then we are opening the file. Let me show you this pickle, effect of this pickle program. I'm entering to 3, move back, enter the set break, and then copy paste. Now here we have to go back, as copying from PowerPoint is not working properly. Now in this case we have to sometimes put double quotes again, and then I have to close also. Click on run module, and click on OK. Now even for the file handling also, let me put everywhere quotes again, so that error will not be there, and the mode is also to be in the quotes. Let's click on run module, click on OK, and we got the values. So we have dumped the values in this case. Now string, if you have to read this file, okay, because we have dumped and we have dumping is done, we need to open that file, we need to load that file, and then only we can get the values. Let me write here. The name of file is what? We have used FB. So we are going to use what we have to use, load FB only, and then we are displaying. Let me run once again for you. Now it is giving you the error message that read is not. So what is the command used for this? Instead of read, what we use? We have to open the file in the read mode. So we have to, how to open the file in the read mode? We'll be opening the file in the read mode using this command. We need to open first in the read mode, and then only we can. So we have used the file. Which file? We have to use the same file, myfile.information. I have used myfile.information, and let me once again try for you. Binary file 1. Okay, so let me see what is the error here. Okay, so we have used information, my file info in the read mode. File is already there, so we have opened the file. It means we have to close the file, and then only we can open the file. If I use the other file here, if I again use one more break here, and if I open the file in read mode, import pickle, and if I do this way, let's try this once again. Okay, it has come now. So we have read, this is my first file handling program I'm using with. So this has come. Now the next one is, these are file pointers. One is tell and the other one is seek. So we have already written in the binary file, and after that sometimes we need where is the cursor or from where we have to read. So tell is for current position and seek is for moving the pointer. So the syntax is file object.tell. This function returns an integer that specifies the current position of the file object in the file. The position so specified is the byte position from the beginning of the file till the current position of the file object. So it is going to give you a numeric value. The other one is when we are seeking, means we are moving the pointer. So where we are moving the pointer? File object.seek offset and then reference pointer. So the values in the square bracket are optional. Offset is the number of bytes by which the file object is to be moved. So how many steps or how many bytes you want to move, that is to be given in the offset. And then reference point indicates the starting position of the file object. So you can give the specific position, and then you can move some steps ahead from that position. That is with reference to which position the offset has to be counted. It can have any of the following values. 0 is if you want to start from beginning. If you want to start from the current position, that is 1. And if you want to go to the end of the file, then we have 2. Now there are two things. One is absolute and one is relative path. If you are writing absolute path, we have to go with the slash, and relative file path will be straight away file text, which I showed you in the very first file. Now even we can handle the errors when sometimes trying file handling, and if there is any error existing, so we can always use try and exception. So if file does not exist, it is going to give you some value. Let me try for this for you once again in the fresh. Ideally I'm not having that file created, isn't it? So if I will run here, and if I Right here, let's take an example. Temp only. Temp 312. Okay. So I'm going file not found. So it is indicating that the coding has no error and it is running properly. So it is, we can use try and catch. Summary is the text file is always having characters while the binary file is using with the bytes. Thank you for watching the video. If you have not subscribed, I would like you to subscribe it. And in the coming videos, I will be taking some programs of text file as well as binary and even CSV files also. Thank you for watching. Till then, keep coding.